This series of tutorials introduces the user to the basic functions of Adobe Photoshop CS5. Photoshop is software used to edit, enhance, and create digital images. This tutorial is an introduction to adjustment layers. Adjustment layers can be found on the right in the adjustment panel. These layers adjust color, tone, and contrast in your image. You can scroll over the different icons here, or you can use the drop-down menu to choose from the adjustment layers. Adjustment layers are not the same as the adjustments you find here in the image menu. These adjustments will permanently change the image if you save it. For example, if you use this menu to change your image to black and white, once you've selected it, it becomes the locked background image. You lose all of your color information, therefore losing the potential to make other color adjustments to your image. It permanently changes the makeup of the image. On the other hand, adjustment layers can be turned on and off and can be masked to only affect a selected portion of the image. When you create an adjustment layer, for example, brightness and contrast, the layer appears down at the bottom in a stack. From here, you can turn the layer on and off by clicking the eye icon, or, like we'll want to do, you can throw it completely away by dragging it to the trash can in the panel. Notice that the original color image is saved here as the locked background. The image is not permanently changed. Let's use the black and white adjustment layer. By selecting it here, the layer is created, and you'll see that it's down in the stack. We can turn it on and off. And with the black and white layer, there are controls for individual colors, so you can adjust their conversion to black and white. For example, by moving this red up on the scale, the image becomes almost infrared. Another thing you can play with is the opacity of the black and white layer, or how opaque it is. I'm just moving this menu over so it's closer to the image. Here's the opacity. The default is at 100%. You can change it here on the sliding scale, just to try something else. Or if you know how opaque you would like the layer to be, you can just type it in. Here it is at 60 and at 80. You can see it gives just a hint of color. It allows the color that is beneath the black and white layer to show through. You can also change the blending mode. Blending modes change the way the layers react with each other. The default is normal, but you can choose from this drop-down menu. For example, we can choose screen, which brightens by lightening the lower layer based on the lightness of the upper layer. We can also try overlay, which gives the image a very high contrast. We'll return it to normal to move on. Every adjustment layer already has a built-in layer mask, which means if we only want the adjustment layer to affect a selected area of the image, and the remainder be affected by only other layers or no layers, all we have to do is use the brush tool. The brush tool is over here in the left tool panel. You can click on it here, or you can press B on your keyboard to use a shortcut. Using the brush tool, you can brush over the areas of the image where you want the adjustment to be masked. In other words, anywhere I use the brush tool is protected from the adjustment layer. In this case, the black and white conversion. So where I brush is masked from the layer. You want to use a bigger point to do this, and come in here just to go faster. With black and white, you can let the colors show through here, so you can accent colorful items in the picture. When you're finished working with one adjustment layer, you can always return to the layer menu by hitting the blue arrow here in the adjustment layer panel. It'll take you back to the full list of layers, and you can continue to enhance your image. As always, don't forget to save your edited image.